Hello, friends, and welcome back to English Unleashed. I'm Tom, and today we're going on a trip together. Not a real trip, but an English trip. Travel is one of the most exciting parts of life, and also one of the most common reasons to use English. Think about it. Airports, hotels, taxis, trains, restaurants in a new country. English is often the language people use to communicate. If you know the right words and sentences, you can travel with confidence. If not, it can feel stressful. That's why today's episode is all about travel English. We'll practice at the airport, on the plane, checking in at a hotel, asking for directions, common travel problems. Shadowing a full travel story. By the end of this lesson, you'll be ready to travel the world in English. Part 1. At the airport. Let's start at the airport. Imagine you've just arrived at the check-in desk. Here are some common sentences. Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight. Here is my passport. I have one bag to check in. Can I have a window seat, please? Repeat after me. I'd like to check in. Here is my passport. I have one bag. Can I have a window seat? Now, a short dialogue. Staff, good morning. Can I see your passport? You, sure, here it is. Staff, do you have any bags to check in? You, yes, just one. Staff, would you like a window or an aisle seat? You, a window seat, please. Simple, right? With these sentences, you can check in without stress. Part 2. Security and boarding. At security, you may hear, please put your bag on the belt. Take off your shoes and belt. Do you have any liquids? You can answer, here is my bag. No liquids. Do I need to take out my laptop? Then, at the gate, you may hear, we are now boarding flight 203 to London. Please have your boarding pass ready. You can say, here's my boarding pass. Thank you. Part 3. On the plane. Now you are on the plane. You may want to ask the flight attendant, excuse me, can I have some water? Can I have a blanket? How long is the flight? Where is the toilet? Repeat. Can I have some water? Can I have a blanket? How long is the flight? Where is the toilet? These short questions will make your flight more comfortable. Part 4. At the hotel. When you arrive at your hotel, you need to check in. Useful sentences. Hello, I have a reservation. My name is. Your name? Can I have the room key, please? What time is breakfast? Dialogue. Receptionist. Good evening. How can I help you? You. Hello, I have a reservation. My name is Sarah Khan. Receptionist. Yes, Miss Khan, here is your key. Breakfast is from 7 to 10 a.m. You. Thank you very much. When checking out, you can say, I'd like to check out, please. Can I pay by card? Part 5. Asking for directions. When you travel, you often need to find your way. Here are some simple phrases. Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the train station? Is it far from here? Which bus goes to the airport? Thank you for your help. Repeat. How can I get to the station? Is it far? Which bus goes to the airport? Thank you. Possible answers you may hear. Go straight and then turn left. It's about 10 minutes on foot. Take bus number 5. Part 6. Common travel problems. Sometimes travel doesn't go smoothly. Let's prepare for that. At the airport. Excuse me, my flight is delayed. What time will it leave? At the hotel. The air conditioner is not working. Can you please send someone to fix it? In a taxi. Can you take me to the airport, please? How much will it cost? Repeat. My flight is delayed. What time will it leave? The air conditioner is not working. Can you fix it? How much will it cost? These short sentences can save you from stress. Part 7. Shadowing practice. Travel story. Now let's do shadowing. Speak with me, sentence by sentence. Last month, I traveled to Singapore. At the airport, I went to the check-in desk and said, hello, I'd like to check in. Here is my passport. I have one bag. After security, I waited at the gate. When it was time to board, I gave my boarding pass and walked onto the plane. On the plane, I asked the flight attendant, excuse me, can I have some water? After a few hours, we landed. At the hotel, I said, hello, I have a reservation. My name is Maria Lopez. The receptionist gave me the key and told me that breakfast was from 7 to 10. The next day, I wanted to visit a museum, so I asked someone on the street, excuse me, how can I get to the museum? They said, go straight and turn right. Traveling in English was easier than I thought, because I used short, simple sentences. If you repeated with me, congratulations, you just practiced a full travel story. Part 8. Self-practice ideas. Here's how you can practice travel English on your own. Role-play the airport. Pretend you are at the check-in desk. Practice saying, "Hello, I'd like to check in." Hotel practice. Stand at your desk like it's a reception. Say, "Hello, I have a reservation." Ask for directions. Look at a map and ask yourself, "Excuse me, how can I get to the station?" Then answer it in English. Travel journal. Write a short story about your last trip in English. Final thoughts. Travel English is not about big words. It's about small, clear sentences. When you travel, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be understood. So remember these key points. At the airport, "I'd like to check in. Here is my passport." On the plane, "Can I have some water?" At the hotel, "Hello, I have a reservation." On the street, "Excuse me, how can I get to the station?" If you practice these often, you'll feel confident anywhere in the world. Thank you for joining me today on English Unleashed. I'm Tom, and I'll see you next time. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep traveling.